What's going on, everybody? Today we're gonna do a little tiny bit of work on my utility 3000R trailer with the Carrier Advance unit, like Ultra Advance from 2006. I think it's Ultra, maybe it's Ultima. Last time we replaced the high-speed solenoid, and it was giving me problems, but I've later discovered that it may have been positioned incorrectly. So what I ended up doing was I moved it over this way a little bit more, and as you can see, I put the brand new bar. I figured might as well keep it brand new. Since I got the stuff, I'll just keep the old stuff as spares, put the new one in here, keep everything shiny, even though everything else is not so shiny. Anyway, it's been working fine in high speed, so I think I solved this problem. Mind you, I don't know what I'm doing here, so this is just, you know, all experimental for me. That if I fail, I have to take it to actual reefer mechanic. And I think I got lucky on this one and I was able to replace it myself. And it was basically just what I thought. It's one plug, 4 bolts, and the one clamp if you don't want to replace the whole stick. So not complicated at all. Few screws, I figured I could take care of it. I just didn't know about the placement. I thought it would be best if it was closer because I measured the wiggle and everything. I thought I was being smart. Turns out I was wrong. Anyway, I've been having that starter issue, as you saw in the previous video. It failed the pre-trip on the starter circuit. So I don't know if this is what the problem is, because again, I don't know what I'm doing. But stuff like this, the crimp connectors, they bother me. So I'm gonna take care of this one today, and the one that actually goes from the battery that I'm afraid of, that one right there. So let me take these things apart and take it step by step, show you guys what I'm doing, and we'll see if that takes care of the problem with the pre-trip. So I've actually discovered 2 connectors, the one that I saw, and a surprise one after I cut the wires here. So we're gonna go ahead and replace both of those because I hate these crimp things. I just don't trust them, so we'll just go ahead and replace them both. Oh, we got the one connector off. These 2 ends have been cut off, so they're ready to be connected. So let's get to it. I like to use these heat shrinks, or whatever they're called. They shrink with heat, so I'm not sure if that's what they're called. So basically what I do is I just wrap the wire around. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, it's kind of hard. Move it over to one side and position this guy right over it. Then got this handy torch. I don't know if it's gonna work. This guy right here, pencil torch. Let's see, it's not too windy, but we'll see right now. Let me grab a lighter. I'll be right back. Okay, spark it up, and you don't want to have it on there too much, but I think that should take care of it. See, it shrank, at least shrank pretty well on the one side. Other side, where is it? Not the greatest, but it's fine. If it wasn't too good, I'd still wrap it with electrical tape, but I think this is okay for my purpose. It is closed with a door, with doors, but the top doesn't have a cover, so I guess water does get in. I don't know. We'll see. I guess water is supposed to get in here, so everything is supposed to be waterproof, you would imagine, but who knows. Anyway, one is done, 2 more to go. That guy and that guy over there. So let's break this one apart. Got the second one cleaned off with the heat shrink on, but it's a little bit of a tighter fit, and I don't really want to introduce another cable in there, an extension, and I don't really want to unravel this guy if I don't have to, because it's part of the whole harness thing. So I'm gonna try to connect it like this. Let's see what happens. Decided to take this thing apart as long as I'm already in here. Unfortunately, it didn't give me a lot more room, but a lot more slack, but there is some. So I'm gonna try to connect it like this. Maybe it'll, and I cut a little bit more off of the to expose more wire, so to get a better connection so it holds better. I'm gonna get it connected, then I'm gonna wrap everything back up. So let's get that done. I got the shrinking tube here already, so just waiting for this to be connected. Zip all of this back up and see what we got. Alright, got that on. Let's shrink this bad boy a little bit. Seems legit. The only thing is, it's kind of tight fit over here. So try to wrap it up as best as I can, so as to not put pressure on the wire. See what happens. Okay, so I tightened everything together, and also I used the zip tie to connect one of the old zip ties to the new zip tie to hold it up a little bit, so as to not put too much slack on this wire. Hopefully it's gonna hold, everything is secure. If it doesn't, at least I know where the problem is, and it's right there in front of my face. And I'll remember what I did, because I got bright neon zip ties here instead of the black ones that were used previously. And that means it's time to move on to that guy right there. Getting dark here, so I had to put the flash on. This one, after cutting the zip tie, I found that there is plenty of slack, so this one should be no problem to reconnect. So let me cut it off, get it cleaned up. What's interesting is the red wire is thicker than the white wire. Not sure why they connect at all. Some hack job, clearly. Somebody like me, I guess. Or maybe this is normal. I don't know. If you guys know what I'm doing here, please leave a comment for me. Let me know if this is normal. I thought the gauges are supposed to match. I don't know. Anyway, let me cut this off and get to the next step. Okay, so these are cut. The red one was not that easy to cut, but check this out. Look at the difference in gauge. Huge difference. But it was connected before, and everything was working fine. So, I mean, I don't even know if this is my problem. I just want to get rid of the crimps and make a real connection. I don't like the crimps. I feel like it's super temporary just to get home. And my thing is like, pretty sure it's full of them. So let me get ready to connect this thing, and yeah, let's get to it. Because the red wire is so much thicker than this one, I couldn't use the red shrink, so I had to go for the bigger one, but I'm afraid it's not going to shrink down to this size. It might shrink to that, but it won't shrink to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it up first, and then throw that bad boy on there. So let's see if that works out for us. So taped it up a little bit. This guy should... this is tough with one hand. This should go over it, hopefully. Well, it's hard, so let me throw it on, and be back here with the torch. Alright. don't think I have the right size shrink for it. See right there? It's open. But I got it to secure in the middle, and it's taped. So hopefully it'll stick. Now, let me zip tie it up, run the pre-trip, and see if I did anything at all, or if I've just been doing nothing. Okay. Everything seems to be in order, secure, not moving around. Let's see what we got here. Get rid of all this stuff. We got one of these crappy, super crappy electrician kits, which I thought was a decent electrician kit before I learned anything at all about electrician kits. Not that I know that much about this stuff, but still, this is some of it is useful, but most of it is garbage. At least it holds my electrical tape, right? Okay, I think that's all the tools. That's about it. Let's see if we did anything at all. Free trip pass. I guess we did something right. There it is. Status okay. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully it'll stay this way, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.